Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today is my haul video. So, because YouTube really pushes haul videos, some of you watching this video may not be familiar with me or my channel or my journey or what's led me to this point. So I'm just going to do a quick little 1-minute recap. And there are playlists I will link in the description box if you were curious. So in 2021, I spent a huge amount of money on art supplies and didn't think anything of it until I calculated it and realized that's too much. So in 2022, I did a no-buy art supply for the entire year. And at that point, there's over 40 10-minute videos where I'm talking about different topics and things that I'm realizing and coming to terms with while doing that no-buy. And one of the things I realized is that surfaces, papers, are my biggest temptation. So I have decided to split my purchases, and one purchase will be just surfaces and one will be mediums. Now the surface purchase I do prior to the year. So I did that in December of 2023 for the entire year of 2024. That is from like a list. I don't really deviate. I don't really get creative. Again, that's my biggest temptation. So I have to be very, very careful when purchasing surfaces to create and draw and paint on. So I will link that video if you want to see what I purchased for 2024. And then the other thing I noticed was that in the summertime, I get an itch to start looking and sort of online browsing at art supplies. So I have a shopping itch in the summer. And so the way to sort of satisfy that and sort of have a purchase I do every 6 months is to do the mediums in the summer. So it is officially June. I purchased my things a couple of weeks ago to make sure they had plenty of time to get to where I'm at. I live in a forest by the sea. It's very nice, but shipping is it's tricky. So I did receive everything, which is awesome. So we're going to get started. I did purchases through several places this year. I did Blick Art Supplies, I did Amazon, and I did Ferris Wheel Press. So let's look and see the things I picked up. Also, the other thing I have, because I am doing a low-buy art supply, is a budget. My budget set for every year going forth is $500 US. We will get to the calculations and what I did and how I did after I show you everything I purchased. And I'm going to go over why I purchased certain things. Yeah, so this may not be the type of haul you're used to. I don't know. This is outdoor paint. It is wicker white. This is an acrylic paint. This is meant for outdoor. Typically, in the month of June, I do a geocaching art thing for the community. It's called Game of Shrooms. I'm actually not doing that this year. There's a lot of stuff on my plate. And at the end of the year, I will go over some of this stuff because we're still in the thick of it. So it's been crazy. So I've had to dial back some art stuff. But my acrylic paints that I use for doing outdoor paint. So if you like doing rocks, or painting on seashells, I have done petrified wood, sand dollars, outdoor paint. This is by Folk Art. It holds up. You still want to do sort of a polyurethane coat to seal it depending on where you live. Again, if you live by the ocean and you have really salty, sandy air, that really beats up outdoor art that's been painted on. So you'll want to seal that with something oil-based. But this was a purchase, so this will be fun when I get to use this. I probably won't use that this year, but I will definitely need it for May of next year if I'm doing Game of Shrooms next year. So again, I do my mediums purchase in the summer, so I need to have this for next summer. I purchased a new gouache. This is Holbein. This is permanent white. I can show you my old one. It's so old, the label's different. It's also hard as a rock. Now I've tried to add water to this to pull some back out and try and keep using it, but it becomes very transparent. So I can still use this. It's just not opaque anymore. And I do like using my supplies till they're all gone. That is the name of the game here. The only wasted supply is what's in your tube that you're not using. So I do try and use everything up, but this just isn't opaque. So I got some new stuff. and I'm excited because I like it. I really like an opaque white for doing like eye highlights, especially in birds, portraits. It's really nice, and it goes over tons of other mediums. So if you're doing pen and ink or you're doing watercolor and you need to go back in with some white, gouache is a good way to go. Oh, I took everything out of all the plastic packaging in case the crinkle bothers you. This is directly in the center. Can you see this? Okay, Schmincke Hoodrum Aquarelle. This is the ivory black. Last October, I did sort of a vlog-a-ween where I did a video every single day in the month of October, teaching folks and talking about how to draw birds. And I did colored pencil. And this year I really want to do that again. I don't know if it's going to be birds, but I definitely want to do videos every day in October teaching folks stuff, how to draw. But I think I'm going to do watercolor, and I was running out, and this is a nice non-granulating black. It is not vegetarian, it is not vegan. That is something to be mindful of if that is something that's very important to you. This is a consistent color I can rely on. If you are purchasing things that are handmade, like handmade watercolors, as you work down through those pans, sometimes the consistency changes and things get different granulation, and it's just different. So I know with Schmincke that I'm getting a quality product that doesn't change no matter where I'm at in the pan. And I do hit pans on all my watercolors because we use stuff. We use the things. I bought 3 colored pencils. This is the Polychromos by Faber-Castell. This is their black. It just says black, $1.99. I got 2 of those. I didn't have any backups whatsoever, and I'm not sure again what I'm doing in October, but if I decide to do colored pencil again, I'm going to need black. You want a full value range when you draw. You want the shadows, you want the highlights. And black, sometimes like indigo, a really dark blue, looks really good as a dark shadow, but I need it. And then this one, this is, oh gosh, I find the little, what's left of the one I have. Okay, so this is Caran. This is the Malachite Green. This is a convenience color. It's a very beautiful, dark, rich teal. I really, really like it. I don't have to layer a color mix to get this. This is what I have left of my old one. So I'm getting to the point where I can't sharpen it anymore. I've been using an X-Acto. It's time to get a new one. I can't even put this in my pencil extender anymore. So I don't have a ton of convenience colors. I have the 36 set of Polychromos, and then I've been adding. I have about half a dozen convenience colors I've added to that. I would say if you're going to buy a set of colored pencils, Polychromos are really, really nice. The 36 set is very, very nice. The only color I would absolutely recommend you add to that is some form of dark green. This is pine green. This is a very nice one. There's no dark green in that 36 set, so that's my tip. That's my tip if you're curious, if you're a colored pencil artist. Okay. The other thing is I go through a lot of metallic. I've been going through a lot of metallic ink, and I've been using up a ton of pens, and I will show you what I've used up so far, and it's kind of bananas. Okay. You think I'd be more organized, but it's just not happening. So this is a Uniball Signo. These are high release. This is gold. This is a Swarovski copper. I did not replace copper this year. Maybe I'll do that next year. This is just a lot of pens to use up. And we're only, just started the month of June. This is a lot of plastic. These are not plastics you can recycle. This is just a lot. So one of my lovely followers left a comment saying, why don't you just do gouache? And I said, that's a fantastic idea. I'm going to do that. So if I can get in here, I'm going to open this box. These is from Blick. They had the best price on the gouache. Sometimes it's Amazon, sometimes it's Blick. Again, if you're not a big fan of Amazon, go with what you have. I don't live in the largest city, so I have to order in pretty much everything. So I got the Hotline. We have brilliant gold and brilliant silver. I don't know how brilliant they are. I'm gonna find out, and maybe towards the end of the year, depending on how much I've used, I will do a review. Pros, cons, what I think about this on different paper, different surfaces, how it shines, how it compares to other inks. I could do a comparison, but I will have to use it for a few months before I feel comfortable doing that. I have to get to know the product first, and I've never used these, so I'm very, very excited. Now I have 3 tubes of gouache, which is awesome. Very happy about that. Okay, let's get to weird stuff. So because my surface purchase is very regimented and I don't deviate, I like to have a little fun with my mediums, so I decided to do that. Now, I've had a lot of trouble with pen and ink this year, with nibs, with fine liner pens and the nibs sort of just not being able to handle any pressure. This is a Micron, you know, Copic multi-liners, Pilot pens. I've had a lot of trouble with things breaking and exploding and just not being able to use up all the ink in the product before the pen just isn't working anymore. So I decided to try something else. And we're gonna do it. Are you ready? Okay, so Ferris wheel press makes really beautiful inks. And these are 2 that I thought would be fun to try. Again, my favorite color is blue, so this isn't a tough one to work out. This is the Riveting Pond. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna shake it. But there is gold and shimmer. It is a blue that shimmers and shines. I will throw up a swatch so you can see what that looks like. They sell out of the products. They have limited time things, so they're definitely do the scarcity tactic when it comes to purchases, and then they bring stuff back by popular demand. They do a lot of giveaways on their Instagram. I try and link those in my reels for folks that are interested in entering giveaways. So this is an ink, a blue ink that I'm going to try and incorporate into my art. The second color I bought, gosh, what are you called? Majestic maple syrup. Is it majestic? I don't know. We're gonna find out. So, and I love brown. You can see the gold. You really see the gold in here. So, again, I don't know about these products. These products are very new to me. I don't imagine they're light fast. So these would be for either just online photographs, for print reproduction purposes. A lot of folks use these for journaling and lettering and things like that. So I bought other products to go with this because I didn't have any, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to use ink. We're gonna see how long it takes me to go through these and use these up, because they're really pretty, but they're not gonna sit on my shelf like that. We're using things. So what I bought to go with these, and I'm gonna have to do a separate video, otherwise this one's gonna be an hour long. Excuse me, folks. I bought 2 of these, and they're different. Let's look at these. Now, these are in the color Sea Glass. One is a fountain pen and one is a rollerball pen, and both of these have cartridges you can add ink to and then use. And we are going to figure out how this works. They weren't, I think they're about $15. I don't know. Again, I might have a little bit of a thing for green. You'll see. It keeps continuing. Thought it'd be fun if they matched. It may not be fun when I constantly grab the wrong one though. So they have lots of colors. Again, they do themed things that match their inks. I don't know if these, oh, okay. So here's the fountain pen. This is the medium nib. Okay, and you can see it. This is the rollerball. So one looks like an actual pen and one looks like a fountain pen. And then inside is the cartridge right here, where you can add the ink. And again, I think these were 15 a piece. Here is the cartridge for this one. So I'm going to learn how to use these, learn how to fill them, learn how to use them, and then add shimmery, sparkly ink that has like glitters and chunky things in it. Apparently these both work fine for these pens. So we're going to get to know these pens, and we're going to see if these pens are a good deal. Now they make high-end fountain pens that are, you know, $100 if you want to go that route. If fountain pens are your thing and you really want something high quality, they do sell, this is stainless steel, they do sell ones that are really, really high-end. So I'm going to be learning how to do that. And if you're interested, that will be next week's video. Will be me attempting to fill these pens and trying these inks and saying what they're like and what I think of them. I'll probably also incorporate just a little bit of a paintbrush so we can get more of the shimmer in there. But I will do an illustration with both of these. And if there's time in the video, or if you're interested, maybe I'll put timestamps or something. I will try different papers. So I'll do a Tomoe River, something really, really coated. And then I'll do maybe 100% cotton, something, and then something in the middle, maybe. And we'll see what these look like and see if we can pick up the shimmer or the color. These are both fairly light, so it may be one of the things that a thicker application, like a brush, is a better route for these inks. I'm not sure. We'll find out. We're gonna try it all. We're gonna get weird with it, because I'm tired of cheap pens exploding and the nibs being crushed, and I would really like to get a dark sepia at some point. So these are just very sort of easy to use colors, a light brown and a light blue. Like I can incorporate these in a ton of things, and I feel confident that I can get a good chunk of these used up by next year. Before I decide to replace actual pens or just keep this route with ink. That would be one of the decisions and conversations for next year, would be an evaluation of this like a year later, going, okay, did this work for me? Did I like it? How are these holding up? Am I getting a lot of use out of these? Do I like this more than, say, you know, a Pilot pen? The last thing I bought, this is still in the packaging, shoots. So this is going to be a little crinkly. I apologize. I do have scissors on hand. I'm at my desk, and my desk is covered with stuff, so. Okay. Now, JetPens sells this. Let me move these out of the way. And so does Amazon. I got it on Amazon because I can count on that delivery. You're like, what did you buy? I bought a glass dip pen. Yeah, I certainly did. Ooh. And we're going to want to know the name and all the information, aren't we? So, it is not in English. This looks Japanese. That's Japanese writing. This is a glass dip pen. Let me go in my purchases and we will talk about this. And again, this is also light green. I don't know. I've just been in a green mood for a while now. And yeah, these come in other colors. This is the Teranashi Chemical Guitar Glass Pen Aurora with cap light green. And it comes, and it looks like a gold. There looks like maybe a copperish red, and then there's a blue. So I'm going to take the cap off if I can. Oh my gosh. Okay, the cap's really on there. I don't know if I have to cut it to get it off. Nope. Okay, we got it. This is a glass dip pen. This is the other product I wanted to try with these inks. is dipping them. Here, let me get some of the packaging out of the way. I know you store these horizontal, these pens. And there's tons of different styles of dip pens. I opted for glass just because aesthetically it's really pretty, but there are sort of grooves that go around the tip. And that's what you dip in there, and then the ink stays in the grooves as you write. I imagine the learning curve on this can be time consuming. So this is going to be its own dedicated video when I learn how to do glass dip pens. And then again, I will try it on multiple surfaces, and we will have a conversation about it because I'm really interested to know. This was $23 US. So glass dip pens start anywhere from about $5 to $500. There are handmade glass dip pens that are really beautiful. I would argue that all glass dip pens are pretty. This one's just really, really nice. It has a little, I don't know. It has a groove in here that it feels really nice to hold. So we will see. Some of my illustrations only take like 20 minutes, and some take 3 hours. So I don't know what this is going to feel like holding glass for a couple hours doing a lengthy illustration. So this would be another product where I would probably wait at least 6 months before doing a review. One, I have nothing to compare it to. I only own one glass dip pen now. So it wouldn't be like a which one's your favorite. I wouldn't be able to do that. What I would be able to do is talk about how many hours I've put in to how comfortable I feel using this, and some of the pros and cons and what I think about it long term. And would I be interested in purchasing another or a different style or something, maybe with a different size nib tip. But this is one solid piece of glass. It is very beautiful. Like they're not playing around for $23. So again, JetPen sells these too. And I will link an article they have about glass dip pens. More people are talking about them and using them. There's a great YouTuber online. I will link one of her videos where she's sort of comparing a really expensive one to some more budget ones and what that sounds like. If you're not into the aesthetic sound of listening to things scrape, this may not be the product for you. But I imagine that with the wide variety of inks out there on the market, with all the different ingredients and add-ons and things people can put into their inks to change the color, consistency, and shine, that dip pens would be the best solution. Again, I have some Winsor Newton drawing inks that might be better for these than these. These have a lot of glitter in them, and that is, I guess, part of the appeal, is how sparkly shiny they are. Again, look at all the gold that's sitting there. These definitely need to be shaken, not stirred. Or maybe both, I don't know. This is 20 milliliters. Now this is a big guy. He's 38. Because brown is where it's at. So, we're going to try it. And we're going to talk about all these things. Again, this will probably be its own dedicated video. And then I'll do one later talking about like what I think about this. And are these going to slowly replace my fine liner pens? I would definitely have to, because these aren't the most budget-friendly inks. These are definitely like an ink that's considered extra. These are a very, they seem very high-end, very fancy inks. I would need probably some more just budget basic inks. You know, your basic sepia, your basic dark greens, and then some really nice blacks or something. To make this worth it as I replace some of these things. Yeah, so these are for my mediums purchase. Let's get some of the packaging out of the way here, if I can. Again, my desk is a little, I apologize. This is what I purchased. Nothing too crazy. I mean, maybe the inks are crazy. Maybe the glass pen's crazy. Again, having a little fun with it, trying new things. I don't want to think of my art supplies as a collection, so I'm not really adding to the collection. I'm just trying to find better solutions to products I already own that are no longer fill in the needs I have. So we will see if liquid ink is the direction I need to start going in. I'm really excited for the gouaches. I love replacing products that I have been using up. That always feels really, really nice. And these are just fun. These are absolutely fun. Now, 2 other things I did. And we need to talk about them. We do. We need to have a conversation. So, I purchased a set of 5 of these. The green. These are the Pilot Pen G2 and 07. 07 is the size of the tip. I use these for journaling. So I journal every single day. I have a Moleskine 400 expanded, and I fill one of these. There's a fun little glitter sticker on there. I don't know if you can see the glitter. Anyway, it says, "Now that's what I call anxiety," with lots of glitter. And I journal every day. And I've been using Pilot pens, and I've been having sort of like a color-coded system for my moods and stuff. Again, this is a great way to work on anxiety, as I've been told, so that is the need for journaling. I go through these really fast, really, really fast, and I am borrowing art supplies to journal. Now, I need to figure out if I'm going to have a delineation between journaling supplies and art supplies, because I purchased these and it was 5 of them for $12. And then I realized I'm probably going to go through all 5 easily again with drawing and with journaling. I'm going to use them all up. And that's just too expensive. Again, $500 US. You think, oh, you can probably get some stuff. Well, once you start looking at paper, it fills up quick. And then if you need a new desk lamp or something, you know, depending on how you do that. So I made another purchase. She can't stop. I purchased some Bic pens. Now, the last time I made a pen purchase for our household, I was trying to think about it. I think it was 18 years ago. And I purchased all black pens. We have a lot of pens from our bank. Shout out to our credit union. I love you. I'm sorry we have so many of your pens. And the guys that fixed our house left a ton of pens. So shout out to the remodelers. Thanks for your pens. These are great for correction. We homeschool. And green and blue color system for journaling. Now, all of these pens, which 3 dozen, was about $9. So 5 for 12 or 36 for 9. Like, make it make sense. So right after I purchased these, I said, no, that wasn't the way to go. I need to have pens that are just for writing, just for the house, and just for journaling, and never draw with them. These Bic pens, again, budget, they can be recycled. There are recycle programs, TerraCycle. You can recycle your Bics. They do not lay down ink evenly, so there are like heavier little dots and splotches, which is fine for journaling. Again, it's not about, for some journalers, I absolutely see you and hear you and understand you. When they go to write, they do beautiful inks and beautiful pens. And it's the entire experience for them. For me, when I journal, it is the words. It is the words I need to put down. So this is a feelings journal. I do not express them well or enough. So that's what this is for. It is not about the ink. And it's not about, you know, the product. Like, I have one fun sticker and then just this journal. And this isn't going to change. So I already have a full one laying somewhere from last year. So these don't cross over to art, and these are no longer for journaling. This is an A5 and I fill a page a day, and it's just way too much ink for the price. So this is a purchase I regret doing because I didn't need 5 of these and I didn't need them for here. I shouldn't be using my art supplies for my journal because at the end of the year when I show all my empties, you don't know what's mostly journal empties and what's mostly art empties. It's not helpful. So at the end of the year, I will make a delineation and explain that, but never the two shall meet. They're gonna be divided. So these were purchases I made, but again, I think my kids and my husband are gonna use some of these and they should be fine. I'm hoping these 36 last a decade. If they last a decade, then the only thing I have to worry about year to year is a new book and a fun new sticker that is snarky. So let's look at prices. Now this is my journal from my planner from last year. This is a Midori. It's like a B6. It has a lot of blank pages in the back and I wasn't able to use them all up, so I keep using it. I just keep using my products and stuff. So here are prices. Oh, if you're not comfortable with money talks, if that's not a thing you're into, whether that be how you're raised or culturally, if that makes you uncomfortable, just skip the rest of this video, please. I know that not everybody is into it, and it makes some people uncomfortable, and it is never my goal to make you uncomfortable. It is only my goal to be completely transparent, explain what I'm doing. Hopefully you can use some of my ideas, rip off some of my ideas, get clever ideas for yourself, for gifts, for whatever. Just, I put this all out here publicly, so if this helps one person, it's worth it. Oh, that's the only reason why I do this. It's not to make you uncomfortable. So, when I add everything up for the year, I went over. I spent $512.98. That was not a thing I should have done. When I add up the journaling, the notebook, the sticker, the pens, I'm at $41. So next year, notebook, sticker, $28. I have the journaling, the notebook, this stuff is calculated into my art supply purchases. So next year I need to decide, you know, if I take it out, then it's $471, but I'm leaving it in. Next year I have to decide, am I subtracting $12 from the $500 because I went over? Am I just calling it a wash? Am I calling it, I don't know, price increase for the year? I don't really want to have separate budgets for 10 different things. This is like, journaling is a gray area. Office supplies to art supplies is a gray area, and you have to decide for you, especially if you're going to do a no buy or a low buy, or just be much more cognizant of your budget and your income and what you have going for you, how you're going to divide and do this. Everybody does this differently. I mean, some folks are online with spreadsheets and then everything has its own columns and totals and things they can't go over, but I've put my journaling into my art. So I went over. I did not do as well as I did last year. So next year, I'm going to take out $13. I'm going to take out $13 and I'm going to do better next year for my $500 budget. And we're going to see in 2025 how I do this. Now, my Surfaces paper purchase for 2025 will be in December of this year. And then I will open and show and tell and do a haul video January 1st of 2025 of everything. I mean, there's also a notebook in here we use for homeschool, but since it's from Travelers, and Travelers is an art supply to me, again, you have to decide for you how you want to break things down and how you want to do that. This is how I'm doing it. I apologize if it makes you cranky or you're not into it or you don't think I'm doing it the right way, but to me in my brain, the less like columns for things, the easier it is. So if I'm just purchasing stuff that I consider an art supply, it's all going to be looped together as an art supply, even if it's for journaling. I'm just really hoping that I'm done purchasing pens for quite a while. I don't want to purchase pens for journaling anymore, and I don't want to purchase ones that I draw with. So, now that we've looked at the mass amount of green I can have in my life, yeah, this is what I bought. It's a strange little haul. It's fun. I mean, some of this is more utilitarian, and some of this is definitely more creative, and some of this is very, very new to me. So this is very exciting because I can do videos talking about stuff I've never used before, and then we can see if I've spent my money wisely, or if it was a waste, or if the products are durable, or if they don't translate well to different papers. So we're just gonna be real honest and cut and dry with it, because yeah. We're gonna see. It looks fun. All this looks fun. I'm super excited. Like, I can't wait to draw with this stuff. And I know people journal with it, but I'm an artist. I'm an illustrator. So we're gonna take drawing products, or like writing products, and we're gonna draw with them, and we're gonna see how they do. And we're gonna see if we can get all this shimmer and shine translated into all the illustrations. It should be fun, you know? Drawn an animal that sparkles. I'm here for it, especially with these metallics. Okay, can you tell I'm excited? I'm super excited. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this strange little haul. Again, if talking about money isn't your jam, I apologize. I have videos where I link talking about my low buy, talking about my no buy. If you want to see some of the things I realized, or just the sheer number of drawing challenges I could do in a year. One year I did 14. Yeah, it can be done. Check some of that stuff out, and maybe you'll get some ideas, things for notes if you want to tackle a drawing challenge, or you want to just be inspired to use what you have, or go through and try some new stuff. I don't know. We're just gonna hang out together every week and give some of the stuff a gander. And I will talk about cleanup too, because I'm real interested in cleanup with these pens. Let's see if it's a pain, if you can store things in them. I don't know. I would love to talk to somebody from the company and just ask them 1,000 questions. So maybe I'll try and call them this week and see what I can find out. Maybe I could do a little history on this company and stuff. Some facts. That'd be fun. All right. I hope your week is absolutely wonderful, and I will talk to you later. Bye.